You're listening to FabulosiTEA, in which we discuss what you bring to the tea party, essentials for the modern heroine.
I'm Caroline from Sparkles and Crumbs.
And I'm Xandra from Fashionably Light.
Hello, and welcome to this week's episode 20, in which we discuss packing one's beach-bound bag.
And Caroline is in quite an atmospheric, not exactly location, but it sounds like it right now.
I'm pretending I'm at the beach.
Are you in your backyard?
I am. That's my FabulosiTEA for today. That I'm recording outside for the first time.
Oh, we get nature noises.
Yeah, I hope they're not too obstructive, guys.
The birds are singing for now, so I think it's fine.
Yeah, hopefully it's pleasant rather than annoying. So, Zara, why this topic?
Right, so packing one's beach-bound bag. We figured it's getting to be that time of year. We're entering into the summer, so as excited as everyone is to hit the beach, we want to make sure that you're fully prepared before you do so. And I'm especially interested because I know nothing about this topic. I cannot remember the last time that I went to the beach, and I don't even own a swimsuit.
No!
But Caroline is the expert.
I just got back from the beach.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
Yesterday. So before we go into it, Xandra, what's your FabulosiTEA today?
Well, mine is a productivity FabulosiTEA because I just joined this 30-day creative cleanse. It's for bloggers and entrepreneurs online it's like a boot camp to clean out your digital life. So I'm working on going through all of my files and all of my blog copy and just making it up to date. But something about like a 30-day challenge makes me really excited.
Ooh, it's intriguing. I like the title.
Yeah. Our ideas of FabulosiTEAs are a little different, I imagine.
It's all right.
I like structure. And dare I ask what yours is?
Oh, mine is recording outside.
Oh, I thought you were going to say you went to the beach.
Oh, yeah, I was going to talk about the beach throughout this entire episode, don't worry.
I thought it would be a nice transition.
Oh, sorry, I can just say yeah, the beach. Well, mine was going to be chocolate covered strawberries by the pool. But like recording outside means summer's here, and I just associate some with the beach.
You can have two FabulosiTEAs.
That's true. Well, so recording outside, I kind of love because it means summer's here, and I associate some with the beach. I don't understand people who like the beach in winter.
You mean like going to a cold, wintry beach, or?
Yeah, like in Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, where they're playing in the snow on the beach. I was like, it's not a beach.
I like that. Because I don't really like going in the water, but I just like...
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I love swimming in a sea. Warm sea. I should add.
Well, we're covering both spectrums then. I like just walking in the beach in the fresh air, boardwalks and things like that.
Oh, I love just like lying on the sand, getting in the sun, and then like splashing around in the sea.
Yeah.
The most beautiful beach I think I've ever been to was Gran Canaria. And it's at the very north of the island, and it's kind of, until about a mile out, it's absolutely still like a lagoon. And then you swim about a mile out, and there's this huge rock barrier across the entire coastline that's left from, kind of volcanic eruptions. And you kind of paddle around on top of that, and then the other side there are just the Atlantic waves, like, crashing over it. And so fabulous. Sorry. Off topic.
It was amazing how the wind sort of accompanied your description there, where it was like, and the roaring waves,
crashing waves. Oh, I like it.
That sounds lovely.
Oh, it was so
like little
beautiful.
sea coves.
Yeah, like little rock pools you could lie in, and they were really warm because they're also just kind of in the sun. But then the drama, people were kind of surfing behind you.
Right.
So let's talk about the beach bag itself. So I kind of feel like it doesn't have to be expensive, but it does need to be big enough to fit, like, a towel, a change of clothes, your book. So I found one the other day in London. It was in like a little just tourist shop. I walked past and saw it in the window, and it's a huge white bag. I'll put a picture of it in the show notes because I love it. And it just has in blue writing all over it, like, "Hello beach, I love you."
Oh. It sort of reminds me of those Kate Spade bags that say like "eat cake for breakfast."
Yeah, it's kind of similar.
Where it has like a simple little slogan.
And I've used it on so many beaches that now sometimes if I'm feeling sad, I take it into the office as my work bag because it reminds me of the seaside.
Well, that's a good idea.
So I don't know which we should start with. Probably the basics of staying kind of safe in the sun on the beach, especially if you're a huge sun worshipper like I am. So I think always packing, obviously sun cream, and I really love huge sunglasses.
Yeah, can't go wrong.
I always get a sunglass tan.
Do you have any tips for avoiding the sunglass tan?
I guess, I take them off when I go in the sea, which usually does it
okay.
if I'm in the sea a lot. Okay, so here's something controversial. I really love the idea of, huge, fabulous old Hollywood sun hats. But I also really like my hair going blonde in the sun. And also they're kind of hard to transport and sometimes they get in the way. Are you a fan of big sun hats, listeners? And Xandra?
Well, I don't think my hair has danger of getting blonder in the sun. So that's never been a consideration for me.
It's really funny. When I was an au pair in the Canaries, these little Spanish children, they both had really dark hair, and I also used to, because I'm ridiculous, used to squeeze lemon juice into my hair in the sun while I was out playing them all day. And the little boy really wanted blonde hair as well.
Aww.
So I started trying to do it to his hair, and I was like, oh, Alex, honey, no. You have to vaguely idea to start with.
Oh, that's so sad.
He used to get so annoyed that he didn't have blonde hair.
No, lemon juice is not exactly hair dye. But yeah, I like big hats. And I'm especially, my skin gets really bad in the sun, so I'm especially careful about it. And I used to have this big floppy hat that like folds up, and it's impossible to really break it because the idea is that it's compact and it's massive. Yeah,
that's really clever. Yeah, I love the idea. I do love the idea of a huge old Hollywood style hat.
And wear them to theme parks as well when it's really sunny out.
Oh, that's a cool idea. Like very Grace Kelly in To Catch a Thief.
Yeah. And I used to always wear big sunglasses over my glasses. If you find the right pair, you can wear 2 pairs of glasses at once. But I have not been able to find the right pair recently, so I invested in prescription sunglasses finally.
I was about to say, you just squint.
I just squint? Oh, no. Yeah.
So I think another really important thing to pack is good beach reading. So I kind of don't like anything too heavy or involving because usually I like books as escapism, and I'm not trying to escape the beach.
Right.
But once I'm happy. So this holiday I brought along Mindy Kaling's book.
Oh, that's a good idea. I still need to read it.
I absolutely love her. It's so funny. It's so funny. It's called Is Everyone Hanging Out Without Me? And I just think she's hilarious. It's a really nice little easy to read, kind of broken up into chunks, comedy, kind of half autobiography, half just her musings on life. Mindy. One of my favourite quotes is, "Some people say living well is the best revenge. I say it's acid in the face. Who will love them now?" I love her.
She's great.
She's so funny.
I'm not sure what kinds of books I'd call beach reads because whenever I'm on vacation for the first time in a while, I don't have a laptop in front of me all the time, so I'm just really focused on whatever stimulation I can get. So I'll read anything, and that's usually the time that I take to read books that I've been meaning to read for a while, but haven't really had the mindset to really sit down with the book. Whereas I like to read lighter things when I'm busy, and then I can easily slip into them.
Oh, that's interesting. See, my family always, like, when we go on beach holidays, the Gallantleys always, kind of look at what books each of the other person is bringing, and we try and bring as many the other people want to read as possible, because we get through so many.
Oh, that's a good idea. It's like a mini book club. I remember seeing a few years ago at not the library, at bookstores, they had a whole section of waterproof books to take to the pool. And they were all the same kind of like girly, colorful covers as well. We're like beach reads.
Oh, that's so funny. To be honest, I don't mind books getting wet. I like them to be well loved.
As long as they're your own.
Yeah, that's true. Unless they're like library books. I've definitely dropped a few library books like in the bar.
Oops.
They haven't punished me yet. I dry them out.
So what's a typical day at the beach like for you?
Oh gosh, so Gran Canaria is like our perfect beach day. So I get up quite early because my entire body clock changed and I'm somewhere sunny, and I can get up and I go stroll along the beach, pick up breakfast, preferably in a cafe along the beach, or even just sandwiches and snacks on the actual shore itself by the sea. Go for a morning dip, find a nice spot in the sun, lay out our towels, get out our books and iPods, kind of read in the sun, doze in the sun, go in for dips, long leisurely lunch, over the beach again, back onto the beach. Just
sounds good.
It's just my heaven. I'm so good for lazy in the sun.
So people bring iPods to the beach these days?
I do. I keep it in a little case.
Okay.
And I have like a very chilled out beach playlist with lots of Bob Marley and the Beautiful Girls, and because I'm a really sad person, I make playlists for every possible occasion in my life.
I think that's the sign of a very happy and involved person.
It's a sign of someone who wants their life really badly to be a movie with a really good soundtrack.
Yeah. So whenever I think of the beach, the first song I think of is Island in the Sun, because in the...
Do, 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 do.
Do, do.
I don't know why I pointlessly start humming things whenever you say them. Sorry, everyone.
It's this unofficial game we play. Sing that tune, Caroline. Well, I don't know if you watched as many Mary-Kate and Ashley movies as I did as a
my
child.
brother and I watched all of them. They're so hilarious.
They're amazing. And in Holiday in the Sun, I feel like they played that little riff from Island in the Sun over and over, like throughout the entire movie.
It's like the one cool band they ever got to be in any of their movies.
Hip, hip. Yeah, so I was looking up Holiday in the Sun things when I thought of that, and I didn't realize that was Megan Fox's first on-screen role.
Yeah, she's the villain.
She's the villain. Well, I always remember her as the villain from Confessions of a Teenage Drama Queen.
Oh, yeah, of course. Oh, I didn't even realize
But she plays, like, the same character in Holiday in the Sun.
Oh, she's so snotty. I love it.
Yeah, she's really good at playing snotty teenagers.
I've actually been to Atlantis. It's in that movie.
Oh, you have?
Yeah.
Did they depict it accurately?
My family stayed at a resort near it, so we just went and visited it, I think, for the swimming pools one day. But it was really cool.
Awesome. Well, apparently they filmed that movie to, like, boost tourism for younger people.
It's such a ridiculous movie. I love it.
Well, the premise is kind of bad because...
smuggling the treasure! The artifacts! It's when they steal a boat. Like, this is a perfect plan. Oh, wait.
Yeah. I don't even remember that part of it, but just the beginning, where I remember Mary-Kate and Ashley were disappointed because their parents were taking them on holiday to this resort.
Why? They're such brats. It was brilliant.
But, like, why would the parents plan this trip when they're going to Hawaii?
Because they're like a really
we're gonna
trip.
we're gonna do something nice for our kids and surprise them with the beach holiday by taking away their other beach holiday.
It must be so hard with Mary-Kate and Ashley.
Yeah, but they end up enjoying it and meeting guys that compliment both of them, which just happens in every Mary-Kate and Ashley movie.
Yeah.
Except that one at the ski resort.
Getting there.
Yeah.
She tried to be all grown up and not, like, have romantic interest. I used to be so in love with the guy in Winning London, Brandon Tyler. Oh, he was so dreamy.
They all kind of blend together for me.
Oh no, he was the handsome one.
Oh, the handsome one. Okay.
Get it right, Xandra. What are good beach movies? I like watching beach movies to get in the mood. So I really love 6 Days, 7 Nights, which is amazing. It's Harrison Ford and Anne Hesh and the guy who plays Jango Fett in Star Wars. And Harrison Ford's a pilot and he accidentally crashes Anne Hesh with him on a desert island.
Cool.
And Mamma Mia.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
Really good beach movie.
Speaking of our Broadway episode.
Yes! Oh, nod back to that.
Yeah. Well, there's Castaway. That's not very
cheering.
Fabulous.
Oh, did I tell you once? I don't know if I repeat stories all the time. I don't even know if I've said this on this podcast before or not. We can cut it. A while back, it was kind of July in England, and I think I'd finished a coursework paper, and I was really excited. So I went to cycle over to my boyfriend's, and it started to pour with rain. I was like, I hate this country. I'm going to stop and get some kava to cheer myself up. And I tried to stop off, and the supermarket was shut. And so I burst into the poor man's room, just been like, I hate this place. It's not sunny. It's not a beach. This is horrible. It's supposed to be summer. I hate everything. And bless him, he's like, let's sit down. We'll make a cocktail here and let's find something tropical for you to watch so you can pretend you're at a beach. So we found Death in Paradise, which is a BBC show about like a bumbling English detective who just solves murders on a tropical island.
On a beach.
On a beach.
Oh.
He lives on the beach. He lives in a beach hut and he hates it. He's like, oh, this is so uncivilized. But I loved it.
Well,
I got really hooked.
That was a perfect prescription for you.
Yeah. So this is good advice, people who can't make it to the beach. Just make some
beach films.
Strawberry daiquiris and watch beach movies.
Yeah. Oh, a couple of bloggers have been writing about some really good beach-scented perfume as well.
No.
Yeah, like Shauna, who writes Nubby Twiglet, our Blog Academy headmistress, finally found her signature perfume, and it's called Coco Coco.
Oh.
And she said she was looking for something that captures the scent of the beach.
And
then Garance de Ray also found one that's called At the Beach, which I think explains itself.
That sounds amazing. I want to smell the beach. It's my favourite place.
Yeah, we should check it out. I'm sure you could also get like scented candles that smell like tropical fruit or something as well.
That's true.
Yeah.
Coconut daiquiri.
It's all about engaging the senses.
So in terms of beach wear, I only ever started wearing bikinis really recently because I used to buy like little vintage halter-neck swimsuits. But I was scared off this because I bought from a little local vintage shop a white kind of satin look. It was very Marilyn Monroe. I loved it. It had a little kind of very short little skirted bottom half, and then it was a halter-neck.
Cute.
And so I think I went to the beach with my boyfriend and got in. I was like, what do you think of the swimsuit? He was like, it's a bit weird. And I was just offended. I was like, how dare you? It's really stylish, actually. You're just clueless. Got out and realised because it was vintage and, obviously the lining had gone or something, the skirt had completely stretched down to my knees. So I looked like a weird Victorian ghost swimming around in the water. I was like, okay, fair enough. It is weird. It's not meant to look like this.
That is, I mean, I'm sorry for that experience, but the image of a Victorian ghost swimming.
But also be really cheerful and unaware how weird they look.
Yeah, I mean, I guess, yeah.
So that's my advice. Don't actually buy vintage swimsuits, no matter how lovely they are. I always pop to TK Maxx because they do really gorgeous designer swimsuits, quite cheap. Floozy by Frost French here in the UK, which is at Debenhams, does really cute, lovely kind of 1950s style bikinis and swimsuits.
Cute. Yeah, I would say vintage inspired is the way to go for swimwear rather than literal vintage. I didn't even know that was an option, but I imagine the wear and tear on those things would.
Well, some of them were literally kind of as new, but they were just so old.
Yeah.
That they were obviously just falling apart.
Aww.
It looked so nice before it got wet.
See, in terms of style, I like both the vintage style that we're describing, but also like surfer inspired, like a little zip up wetsuit top. I look very mod.
My friend really likes board shorts. She can't surf.
Yeah.
She just really likes board shorts.
I used to have a board short phase. I used to kayak at school, and that's the only reason I had a swimsuit was to wear kayaking. I would always wear like a one-piece vintage inspired halter top one and some board shorts.
That's cool. Oh, see, I'm awful. I buy bikinis all year round because I love going in the hot tub and going swimming all year round and pretending I'm on holiday.
But that's better than like pretending you're on holiday by just buying the swimsuit and not doing anything. But at least you're going in the water.
That's true. At least
they serve a purpose. Yeah. If you're using them, then they're useful.
In the summer, I don't even live by the sea and I use my bikini kind of 5 times a week. Because we could just go to the outdoor swimming pool after work.
But that's what makes you happy.
It does. It makes me so happy, Xandra. Yeah. I'm so glad summer's here.
Soaking up.
I just love that idea of the beach perfume. I really want it.
Is it bad that one of the first things I think about when I think of the beach is the song By the Sea from Sweeney Todd? I'm thinking of the Tim Burton movie where Helena Bonham Carter's character is sort of a creepy assistant murderess.
Okay, no, I haven't seen the movies.
Yeah. Well, she bakes people into pies.
Ooh.
for for a living. That's like the premise
Like,
of
if you're going to be a
Sweeney Todd.
villain, that's quite a good way to do it.
Yeah, but her accomplice is Sweeney Todd, so he he takes people in to get a shave, and they never leave because he slits their throat instead, and then they get baked into the pie. But she falls in love with Sweeney Todd, and she sings this song by the sea, where all she wants to do is live with Sweeney by the seaside, and it's this really great, sarcastic, styled version where Johnny Depp is like really grim and he's not smiling, and she's all cheery, and you wouldn't think of her as being Mrs. Lovett at all. She's just this happy seaside woman that she always wanted to be, but she couldn't be because of poverty in Victorian England.
And she's also a murderer.
Right, yeah, it's this great juxtaposition of cheeriness and blood. But in this particular song, they have great outfits.
That's a good point. I'm a big fan of maxi dresses on the beach. I don't think play suits are a good idea.
Oh, yeah.
I love them in general, but they're very difficult to change in and out of wet swimsuits.
You don't think
Play
what's a
suits
good
for
idea?
the beach.
Oh.
Because I love them.
I see.
But also, you know, when you're trying to awkwardly change out of wet swimming suits under a towel, it just adds extra stress to your struggles.
We would always call them cover-ups as a kid. Did you ever use that
For
word?
like a play suit?
No, like you have your bathing suit and then you have
like
a cover-up.
captain or a poncho
And the
or something.
cover-up is like... Yeah, just like a big t-shirt
yeah.
or a dress. Yeah. I forgot about that concept. It's just something comfy that's sort of oversized that you can wear that won't cling to your wet swimsuit.
You can also get like toweling dresses.
It's like... Yeah, exactly. Sort of like the resort wear collections. I really like resort wear style, even if I'm not going to go in the water.
I wish I could wear resort... Well, you know me. I wish I could wear resort wear style all year round. I'm at a resort.
Yeah. You could always do resort wear inspired.
I try to. I just put tights on in winter and hope for the best.
Yeah. Just about finding the comfiest tights you can. Dealing with it.
So, Xandra, I guess to round off, you're quite good at our prompts. How do you bring this to the tea party?
Well, just make a list of everything Caroline said and bring it.
Don't buy vintage swimsuits.
Don't buy vintage swimsuits.
Do you have any kind of swimsuit disasters? If so, share them with us.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Anything else to avoid?
Right. Well, yeah, I guess on a serious note, just make a packing list before you go. And if you go to the beach frequently, it might be worth keeping like a master checklist. Sort of like this applies to anything, not just the beach. But when I would go into Boston for my work, I had a list of everything I had to do the night before, because it would sort of be a routine that every time I went. It was the same things, like prepare my breakfast and pack my yoga stuff. Come up with like a master beach checklist and make it pretty.
Okay.
You can always have it hanging up as decoration as well.
That's very true. You do love your lists.
I love my lists. Any other business?
Well, we've had lots of correspondence this week, which is nice.
Yay.
So I suppose one of the first ones is based on last week's episode about giving our regards to Broadway. Ronna has some great musical recommendations. She's just Hairspray, which is a great one we didn't mention. And also one of my personal favourites, Seven Brides for Seven Brothers. And also she's a Phantom fan like you. She's like, one semester of college, my sweet mates and I would watch Phantom for weeks straight.
Well, she's talking about the movies when she wants a Broadway fix but can't make it to the theater. Yes,
which I really like that idea.
Yeah. And High School Musical as well.
Yeah, High School Musical too. My brother and I used to watch that at like the second one, which is another kind of sunny video. It's not set on a beach, but it's kind of poolside.
Is that the one where I haven't seen it in full? Are there 3 of them or 2 of them?
There's 3 musicals. High School Musicals.
There's 3 High School Musicals. Well, there's one where like Zac Efron is having a really dramatic solo on the golf course.
And he's really orange. He's as orange as the mountains behind him. I love that movie. Yes, that's the second one. My brother and I went through a phase of watching that every Sunday before having to go to school. So much.
Whatever works, guys. Yeah.
Sarah from the Laughing Medusa has commented on our Eating Greens Made Glamorous episode.
And she was just giving us... She knows a lot more about greens than we do.
Yeah.
And she's become obsessed with them and says, I feel wrong eating a meal that isn't piled with greens, which I think is a good, healthy lifestyle. And she said a couple of my favorites you didn't mention are raw kale salad, massaged with lots of avocado, which I think is a good idea. I should try that. Lemon juiced Engevita yeast. I'm not sure what that is.
Sounds exotic.
Maybe it's like nutritional yeast. Salt and pepper and roasted broccoli. Surprisingly delicious. I love broccoli. And kale sauteed with garlic and chili peppers. Also really tasty. And she was correcting us on the juice and smoothies thing with fibers, where fiber is extracted when you make juices, but not with smoothies. Mm-hmm. And actually, this is quite topical since I made my first green juice this morning.
Really? Ooh.
I don't have a juicer, but I was using the Oshi Glows cookbook, and Angela Liddon says that she used to have a juicer, but got so annoyed with cleaning it out that she got rid of her juicer and just makes juices by hand. So I chopped up all the ingredients, blended them, and then put them through a sieve. And I've never cleaned a juicer, but this was a pretty painstaking process for like 2 cups of juice.
Oh, really? Mm.
Yeah. I mean, it was a nice little activity, but I definitely wouldn't have time to keep up the habit. Maybe if I think she has like a bag that you can squeeze the juices out of.
Okay.
But using just a spoon and a sieve took a long time. But the juice was incredibly delicious.
Okay.
As a plus.
Thank you, Sarah and Rhoda.
Thank you. Yeah, it's nice to reflect back on our previous episodes.
And also get corrected for things. Because I know nothing about greens.
We're learning.
So yeah, do let us know what you think of this or any previous episodes. You can do that at FabulosiTEA, that's TEA.com, in the comments. You can also do that on Twitter, Facebook, at the same address. And don't forget to subscribe to our newsletter, because every week we send out not only a Diana Vreeland quote, but also a recommended tea and cake pairing to go with listening to this podcast.
And next week's episode is...
It is Perfect Princess Grace Posture. Woo!
Yay!
Well, thanks for listening, and we will see you then at English Tea Time on Friday.
Bye!
Ciao!